Hi, my name is Sonia Santani. I am the founder and director of a wellness center in Shangwan called All About You. Professionally, I am a hypnotherapist, and today I'd like to share with you 5 different tips and tools that you can use to deal with anxiety for children. Well, first let's understand what anxiety is. So anxiety is a type of fear, and it's a type of fear where we are wondering about what's going to happen in the future and thinking something bad's going to happen. So if you think about this logically, what's missing is that we're not trusting that whatever happens we can deal with. So tip number 1 would be to instill trust and faith in your child. And you can do this by letting them know that they have all that it takes to handle stuff. You can do this through affirmations. You can tell them that there are going to be ups and downs, but no matter what, they have what it takes to handle things. So number 1 is to instill trust. The second one would be affirmations. And affirmations are positive mental statements that you can say. The best time to say this is at night, just before going to bed, because that's when we are closest to the subconscious mind. And the last thought that we think just before sleeping is a thought that gets most deeply embedded in the subconscious mind, and it's a thought that we wake up with. So as you're putting your child to bed, it's very useful to surround them with affirmations like, you are safe, you are good enough, you can handle everything, you have all that it takes, life is working for you. If you would like a list of these affirmations, please feel free to ask me. I call it the affirmation bath because you're bathing them in these affirmations, and it's a beautiful space to sleep in. The third one would be breathing techniques, because your breath basically controls how the body feels. And when we're anxious, we all know that we do breathe more shallow and we breathe more rapidly. So you could ask your child to breathe firstly from the abdomen and focus more on the exhalation. So whenever you feel relief, we're normally going, ah, and that sigh at the end is what we use to let out the stress. So the type of breathing that's used for anxiety is when the exhale is longer than the inhale. So it's breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you can do something like that and do a few rounds of it, 7 if you could, that would shift the child's breathing, shift their body, and also affect the way that they think. So the way that we work is, we think that everything starts off with a thought, and depending on the quality of that thought, it produces an emotion. You could think about your mother, you could think about your exam. That could produce a certain amount of emotion, like happiness, sadness, anxiety. That emotion affects your energy, and the energy affects your physical body. So my 4th one is change the thought, change the focus. The more that you focus on the exam or your friends not talking to you or whatever is causing the anxiety, the more that's going to build up. What if you ask your child a powerful question like, what are you most grateful for at this moment? Or what is working wonderfully in your life right now? Ask these powerful questions. It changes the focus. And if they have to answer it, in that moment, they're not thinking of the stimulus that's causing them anxiety. And the last one is more of a prevention method, and it's tapping. So as I said, everything is stored in the body, including anxiety. So if we start thinking those thoughts that makes us anxious, if we are observant enough, you can see where in the body your child may be storing this. It may be in the chest, it may be in the stomach, and you can just gently place your hand in that spot and just begin to tap it and ask your child to breathe it out. They may not know what you're doing, but what this is actually doing is it's releasing the cellular memories of the stress that is suppressed inside the body. We know that we're on the emotional journey of ups and downs. Usually when we're on our highs, it's so easy for us to express those highs. So we express it, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the happiness is over. Unfortunately, when we're feeling things we don't like fear, sadness, anger, we don't like the feeling, so we suppress it and it stays inside the body. So I hope you find these 5 tips useful and helpful, and I'm very happy to hear feedback.